Okay, so for your third video, looking to address the race and squeeze of the upper half in terms of your mechanics here. So coming on back, we already addressed our rev, right, where we want to kind of even out those arms equal opposite and let our hands take us to rev as opposed to the elbow on the backhand, and the push from the front hand coming past the midline then kind of puts you in a tougher position to more accurately rev the way you want. So now, if you pictured your arm, really, if you had a better rev, you would be looking at something more like here and here, here and here. Okay, so picture the football is situated at the end here. Okay, from that position, we want to then look at racing that elbow forward. Okay, by the same token, we want to then squeeze the front side. Okay, now you'll see what happens here as you come up. You'll notice your elbow is almost equal with your shoulder. This is where it gets tricky, because now you've got to drop your elbow only to bring it forward. So you've created a bunch of extra movements with your arm. The whole time, it takes you a long time to do that back there. Meanwhile, on the front side of your body, you're starting to open up because your body's naturally rotating. So this is also what kind of works against you, because you end up opening sooner than you want, and the chest ends up not quite winning the race. You recover with the race, but you make it a lot harder on yourself to do that. So all that is because of extra movement right here, all the way up, down, up. Now you get the pop position pretty well, okay? And if you recall, we talked about your angle of your elbow is sort of cutting across the front of your body. We don't need to do that anymore. We can drive that elbow directly at our target, shoot it straight at your target, and then you simply snap and chase with that hand. And the reason you're cutting across is because of that wrist not being loaded for all that time that you've been throwing for years that way. So we can get rid of the slashing of that elbow as you cut across your body, because you're going to have a loaded wrist, and you can really just streamline your mechanics. So you're going to shoot that elbow. From the time you reach that rev position, it's just going to immediately bang, drive forward, racing through the pop position, and you'll have the elbow leading the football, and then it'll sort of come together much smoother. We've got a lot more work to do there, because this is the part of your mechanics that needs the most work, is your rev, race, squeeze. Okay, front side of your body, as I mentioned earlier, you see you kind of lead with the elbow on the front side, and then now instead of squeezing, because you've got your elbow and your arm at such a tight angle here, it's tough to squeeze. The squeeze becomes a rip. And again, ripping also promotes the front shoulder opening and the chest coming out as well. So those are some things that will help maximize what you can do, is if you work that rev, really separate equal opposite, front hand off the ball, and now we can get ourselves in a much better position to then race and to squeeze. And now you're going to drive that elbow towards your target, snap, chase with that hand. With the loaded wrist, you're going to get everything you can possibly get on the ball on your release. Okay, so that's kind of addressing that stuff there.